Hey you guys, Crystal here. I am so excited to share with you guys about my personal 10-day experience with what is called Keto OS. I'm going to be sharing my results in just a few minutes here at the end of this video, so make sure that you stick around to see those. And really, I just wanted to share with you guys my experience, what it was like, and why I chose to do this. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am a 34-year-old mother of 4 boys. They range in age from 11 to 8 to 2-year-old twins. So as you can imagine, my body has been stretched to the max. With each of my older boys' pregnancies, I gained over 60 pounds with them, putting me over 200 pounds at times. And then with my twins, obviously 2 6.5-pound babies had me stretched to the max as well. So following each of those pregnancies, I really struggled with my body. I struggled with my body image, how I felt about myself, what I thought other people were thinking about me, which truly shouldn't matter, but let's be real. We all think about those things. And it was just a really hard time for me, you know, especially with what your hormones can do after pregnancy, and you just get really bummed out about where you're at. And so because of that, you know, I've tried pretty much everything trying to regain control of my body. So because of these pregnancies and the toll that it had taken on my body, I started looking for weight loss in any way that I could, whether it be weight loss pills, I was at the weight loss clinic, you guys, whether it was working out multiple times a day or working out 7 days a week or working out, you know, hours on end, whether it was eating out of containers and trying to make sure that I was eating this food and not that food, and sometimes even just not eating at all. You know, and all of that, it just took its toll on my body. And over this last little bit here, I had really hit a plateau. Because of all of the yo-yo dieting and the ups and downs with my weight, it was like I would lose 5 pounds and I would gain 6 back. And then I would lose 10 pounds and I would gain, you know, 8 back. And so, yeah, I might have been like losing, but I would always gain it back because it was never sustainable. It was never something that I could fully jump on board with and stick to forever because it was extreme. All of it was extreme. And so I had gotten to this point where my body had plateaued, and I felt bloated constantly. I was super frustrated with the way that I looked. I was embarrassed. I was wearing, you know, like sweaters or cardigans or flowy shirts and things to cover up as much as I could. You know, these babies, these multiple pregnancies had left me with a poochy belly that I just could not seem to make go away. It didn't matter what I did. And then the bloat on top of that, it was just my whole GI system, everything was just mad at me. It was obvious. Like my body was not trying to respond to anything else. It was like it had enough. So I had gotten to this point where, like I said, I had plateaued, and I just decided, like, I need to find something. There has to be something. There has to be some way. Other people feel great. Other people are eating healthy. Other people are getting the results that they want. And why can't I? What am I doing wrong? So I started looking, and I found this Keto OS this ketone operating system, rather. I had never heard of it before, and I started doing my research on it, and it was pretty impressive. It was all scientific based, it was natural, and it seemed amazing. I was really excited. So I found a promoter, and I was like, I need to try this. I want in. I really am excited. And so I ordered a pack, and I went for it. On to my actual 10-day experience. Day 1. I started with a half of a packet, and the way that it works is it comes in this, it's like a powdered formula, and you just rip it open, you pour it into your shaker cup, and you shake it up. I started with, like I said, a half of a packet because you're supposed to kind of ease your way into it to see how your body responds. And so I had my half a packet that morning, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. I didn't, think really anything was gonna happen. I was so skeptical, you guys, like so skeptical, because I had tried so many things and nothing was working. I feel like you just get, you get promised so many things and you just get burned. And so day one, I really didn't know what to expect. I just kind of went for it, drank my half a packet, and I felt fine. I didn't really feel anything amazing. A little bit later in the day, I will say that I started to get a little bit of a headache, and I had been told that that was possible, that I could possibly end up with a headache or a little bit of an upset belly. Luckily, I didn't ever have any digestive issues or anything like that, not in that first day. And but I did end up with a slight headache, so I just drank some more water, took an ibuprofen, and by a couple hours later, I was feeling fine. And I actually, surprisingly, had a little bit more energy. It wasn't anything that I was expecting because I had taken pre-workout supplements before and energy drinks and things like that. And I was so used to that crazy, jittery, buzzy feeling. So that's what I was waiting for. I was expecting this huge rush of energy, and I didn't get it, but I was really trying to pay attention, to like my body and how it was responding. So I did realize that I had energy, but it wasn't the same kind of energy that I had experienced previously. So moving on from that, I went into day 2. And on day 2, I drank a full packet and wasn't really sure what to expect again. I was like, I had been told that I could have some digestive issues as my body gets used to it. And so I was really concerned about that because, let's be real, that's not fun. So as I'm drinking it my second day, again, no jitters or anything like that. But I also did not have a headache or anything that day. So I'm thinking that that was probably because I just hadn't drank enough water on day 1. And also I had cut out my coffee that day because I was trying to follow a meal plan that they had prepped for me. So on that second day, like I said, I had an entire packet. I felt great, no headache, no digestive issues, but I did have the energy. In day 2 and day 3, I really started noticing that my energy was really getting up there. And like I said before, it wasn't this energy that you've come to expect and know from these energy drinks and stuff. It was this natural, sustained energy. It just was you get to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, especially being the mother of 4 boys who play sports and are in school and have play dates, and you're running all over doing all kinds of things. You hit 4 o'clock in the afternoon and you're just can barely keep your eyes open some days. And so I really noticed it at that time of the day. It would hit, 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I felt fine. I wasn't tired. I didn't feel crazy amounts of energy, but I wasn't tired. I felt good. And I was getting all kinds of stuff done. I was accomplishing everything on my to-do list. I felt amazing. I was like, wait a minute, this stuff is working. What? This is crazy. So yeah, day 2 and day 3 were totally awesome. I could totally start feeling it in my system. Nothing really big happened. I hadn't lost any weight yet or anything. But my body was obviously starting to respond. Bring on days 4 and 5, right? So days 4 and 5, I was like, I like this, I'm starting to feel this energy. I feel great. I'm super focused. I'm getting everything done on my list. This stuff is working. And still no GI or digestive issues for me, which I was actually really surprised about because I've heard that quite a few people will experience a GI upset or whatnot. But honestly, for me, I'm kind of not super surprised. I am surprised because a lot of people said that they had experienced it, but not in my case because my issues always tended to be on the opposite side of that spectrum. So not being regular, not going for multiple days at a time, feeling really awful and bloated all of the time because I wasn't regular. It was miserable. And so what I was starting to experience was that I was going and I was getting regular and my bloat was going away and I was feeling amazing. And so in those days, like days 4 and 5, I was like, oh my gosh, like, I know it seems like too much information, but I was like, wow, like I'm going to the bathroom and my stomach's going down and I feel so good. And it was incredible. I was super, super excited. Like, for anybody who has experienced this stuff, you know what I'm talking about when you can feel your body getting healthy. You just feel healthier. And I've heard people say that before, and I never really totally got it until now. Okay, so then day 6 happened, and honestly, day 6 was a little bit different. Still had the same energy, no headaches, but I could feel that like I had started retaining water. I felt a little bit bloated. Not bloated because I was full or anything like that, but just bloated like I just had a lot of water in my system. I was getting puffy, my hands were getting tight. I could just feel it in my system. And again, I was not, wasn't worried about it because I had already been told about this as a possibility that leading up to days 5 and 6, you might actually have an increase in weight, that you will start retaining water, and that is something that your body does. Your cells, as it starts losing that fat out of the cells, they will start grabbing for water. They'll fill up with water, and then there's something called the whoosh effect. And as that happens around day 5 or 6, all of that water will flush out of your system, and you'll have a drop of weight. Not just water weight, fat and water. So by day 7, I had that whoosh effect. All of that water poured out of my system. I was in the bathroom a lot. And I felt incredible, you guys. Like, so good. And it was the first time in a long time that I was like, this is what I need to be doing. I love this. This is incredible. And I want everybody to know about it. No bloat. Lots of energy, laser focus. And oh my gosh, I haven't even mentioned how great I was sleeping, right? So at night, I have the twins and they are up a lot and they had gotten my schedule all out of whack. And I just come to this point where I thought that was just my life. That was just how my body operated, that I was just going to be chunky and bloated and miserable and sleeping terrible for the rest of my life, waking up with dark circles and just making it through the day. And by, day 7, day 8, day 9, I was realizing that wasn't me anymore. I was healthy, my body felt great, I was sleeping amazing, and I started dropping weight. So moving forward, by the end of this 10 days, you guys, and like I said, I had gained a little bit leading up into like 5 and 6, days 5 and 6. But in those last few days, right? So from like 5 to 10, you guys, I lost 6 pounds and I was so excited. 6 pounds in 10 days. And I felt better than I had ever felt. I felt healthy. I was sleeping great. The bloat was gone. Lots of energy. And to top it off, I felt this calmness. I was no longer irritable and frustrated and getting onto my kids as much. Everything about these ketones had helped me in so many ways, and I was so excited. All right, you guys, those are my before and after pictures. Obviously, I still have a little ways to go, but what's so cool is that now I feel completely confident in myself. I've regained control of my body, and I know that I can get rid of that last 10 pounds. And what's even cooler to me is that I really didn't have to change a whole lot to make that happen. I just drank my ketones every day, ate a little bit less carbs, had multiple cheat meals during my 10 days, and I still had amazing results. So I don't know about you guys, but I call that a win. I am so impressed. I'm so in love that I actually have decided to go ahead and be a promoter with this company, because you guys, this product is truly amazing. So if you guys are interested in learning more about the Keto OS, then I'm gonna go ahead and drop some information about it below. You can contact me if you have any more questions. And if you wanted to join in and do this with me, I would love to have you. I have a full keto group now with a full guidebook to tell you exactly what you need to do to be successful. And yeah, you guys, I'm just really excited about this whole process and this journey, and I appreciate you guys watching my video, subscribing to my channel, and following me. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.